Well, hello everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Hey, Brian Marshall. Good to see you this afternoon. Danny Lynn too. Hello, hello. Good to see you. And H. Davis. Hello. I seen H. Davis was number one, so H. Davis might be around somewhere. Hello, hello everybody. I hope everybody's having a great day. A great, blessed Mother's Day. Happy Sunday. Happy everything, all the things. Hope you're doing good. Hope everybody's doing good. Michelle Davis. Hey, Ricky Beavers. Hello, Ricky up in the house. Ricky in the house. Mona 13. Hello, hello. Raymond Thomas. Hello. Don Emery. Hello, hello. Good to see y'all. I hope y'all are having a wonderful day. Terry Parker, hello. Thank you so much. Yeah, H. Davis is here. Would have been your auntie's birthday, your grandma auntie's birthday. Oh, it would have been your grandma's birthday. Oh. Debbie, hello from Tennessee. Hello, hello. Estelle, hello. Yo, yo, Daniel Berry, hello, hello. Always nice to see you. Nice to see you, everybody. Trooper's mom, good afternoon. Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day. I hope everybody's having a great day so far. Having a wonderful day. Michelle Davis. And it is pouring down rain here again. Estelle, hello. Wise old lady. Any news on the baby? Not a thing. It's been pretty quiet. It's been pretty quiet. Man. Ann Elizabeth, hello, hello. Unless something new comes up, which y'all need to let me know. What about the two beautiful babies, Smiley? What's your input? There's a lot of red flags, Ricky. You know, I hate to say right off the bat, because it's strange. I don't know. We'll get into it. I'm kind of wondering about the brother myself. I don't know. Ava, hey, little Redo. Hello, hello. There's a lot of red flags, though. Hello, there's my friend. Absolutely, absolutely. They're on the quiet front today, though. I don't know. I just have a gut feeling. Hey, Brat. Happy Mother's Day. Mary Harris. Hello, hello. Welcome to all. Welcome to all. Okay, that's fine. I just got a text from somebody. They can hear me. That's fine. Absolutely fine. Southern Charm. Hello, hello, hello. Happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there and everybody. I'll do a little Mother's Day special this evening. Michelle, hello, hello. Raymond Thomas, yeah, congratulations on your grandbaby. Let's see here. Raymond has a new grandbaby, a granddaughter, and it was born yesterday at 2:26 a.m., 8 pounds, 3 ounces, 20 inches long, and her name is Paisley Joe. Well, welcome to the world, Paisley Joe. That's a beautiful name, and congratulations on your granddaughter. And what a way to celebrate Mother's Day and Grandparents' Day, right? Susie Little, hello, hello. Alicia, hello. Hello, hello. What a great day. What a blessing. What a blessing. Kids being born, and congratulations. Absolutely. Absolutely. Ricky, I heard that. Did it did you felt it? Listen, Miss Grace, I don't know where she's at right now, but she called me. Something's in my eye. I don't know if it's my hair or not. Sorry, y'all. Miss Grace called me, my mod, this morning because she lost her husband of 50 years about the time I lost my mom. Neither one of us know what was going on at the time because we were so busy with what all was going on in our lives at that time, and we were both offline pretty much. And it's the last, the aftershocks, Ricky. Oh, okay, I get it. Oh my God. You'll probably be having those. Thank you, Raymond. Thank you. Whoop, whoop. Thank you. Somebody got a gift from Raymond. If you got a membership gift, thank Raymond. Correction, 3 in the last 4 days. Wow. Oh my gosh. But Miss Grace called to check on me this morning. Bless her heart. I love her to death. Love her to death. And she was just checking on me and, things. We kind of got close since all this has happened. And I don't want to say where she lives, but she lives pretty close to where the earthquake was. Most of y'all know, but I'm not going to tell it. She said she was running out with her gown on and all the things. Oh, I did see that, Michelle. I posted something on that because I covered that case when it come out. Thank you for that. I think it might have been yours that I did open. Thank you for that. The little Caleb in Fayetteville, Alabama. Absolutely. Oh, that makes me so mad. Yes, that was the one where the mother, the little girl, and the dad was in the car accident, for y'all that don't know. And nobody knew the baby was missing until the car wreck. Everybody was like, where's little Caleb? Where's the baby? And I think the grandfather got arrested at that time for something unrelated, but he lived with them. The dad died, and so did the little girl, unfortunately. That was the cutest little baby ever. Absolutely. Well, now they found him, yeah, it's just, yeah. These mothers, I don't get it. Mickey Shell, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, these people are monsters. Hey, Robin N, everyone coming in. Thank you for being here. These people are, it's just when you think you can't get it in your head or wrap your mind around something, comes along something worse, right? And again, that brings me back to, you got this little tiny baby that they finally found in the burn, as horrible as that is. And I just keep on and on and on with Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. Why can't he be found? Makes me so mad. Makes me mad. Well, I'm going to do a Sebastian for sure tonight, for sure. I'm going to do a Mother's Day one a little bit later. I don't care if they have to be back to back. I got them. I just been behind. I've been because today was Mother's Day, I guess I've got my droopiness out, or whatever you want to call it, before today. So yeah, I've been behind and back there working, so it is what it is. But where is Sebastian, and where are these kids, and why can't any of them be found? It's just really a cluster F, really. Thank you always on Empty 72, aka AMC. I hope you all have a happy Mother's Day. All of you. You deserve it. Anybody here looking for somebody else's kids deserve a very happy Mother's Day, in my opinion. In my opinion. There's many that care. so much about these kids out there. So much. So much. I think maybe today my computer might be working right, so we might watch a couple. Maybe I won't overload it with a bunch of things, but we'll watch a couple. I do think there's red flags, definitely, with these kids. With the mom and the stepdad, honestly. But then I got to thinking, everybody that lived on the property, there's a picture of Daniel's brother, and he's just so laid back, chilling. What's going on with him? Does anybody know? Because to me, he's a red flag. Let me see if I got it on here. He's a big red flag to me. I'm like, what is going on with this dude? I know the other one has been in lots of trouble and all that kind of stuff. There's some things I put on here, some things I put on there, so y'all just bear with me a minute. I don't think... No, this is the house though. This is the photo I wanted to show y'all. This was 2 days ago, so y'all probably already got it on True Crime Seeking Justice in a Facebook. Another day has passed and Lily and Jack Sullivan are missing. It's 100 miles east of Halifax. Just to recap, Lily and Jack are reported missing on May 2nd. According to reports, the children woke up Friday morning and began playing while their parents were still asleep. Again, who is asleep with 3 little children? One was in the bed with them, of course, 16 months old. And then you got your 6 and 4-year-old. Who's asleep at 10 o'clock in the morning? Not I. Not with my own when they were that little, and not with grandkids, certainly. Who does that? I'm just saying. Their stepfather, Daniel Martell, stated that Lily came in and out of the bedroom several times while Jack could be heard in the kitchen. However, in a separate interview, their mother mentioned that the children had been playing outside. Okay, but if you know that your children are playing outside and y'all are in the bed, why wouldn't you get up and see? That's just my question. I don't understand. So I don't think their stories are matching, and I think their stories are changing. So they are bringing red flags, in my opinion. So they said that Jack could be heard in the kitchen. However, a separate interview, the mother mentioned that children had been playing outside at some point, and then it's believed that they exited the home through the sliding glass doors, right? To me, I saw people say on Facebook, well, sliding glass doors are not hard to open. Well, to me, they are. I've been around plenty of them. Hey, Rod and everybody. I've worked around them. I've cleaned around them. And if them tracks are not clean, they're hard to open. If they're heavy, if they're old. And do y'all think those look like new sliding glass doors? I'm just asking. Not trying to be mean. I'm just asking. Yeah, Susan, something is definitely wrong here. I don't know who's guilty of what exactly yet, but something's not right. So they say Lily has shoulder-length light brown hair with bangs. This is what gets me in the statement. It says she may be wearing a pink sweater, pink pants, and pink boots. May? Well, first of all, how are you going to know anyway if you were asleep and you didn't know it? Happy Mother's Day, everybody coming in. So I don't understand that. So May, okay. And then they said Jack has short blonde hair and was last seen wearing dinosaur boots. Okay, well, when was he last seen? That morning or the night before? And what did the kids do? Did they just pick up and they said a backpack's missing? Okay. Well, how long has the backpack been missing? Was the backpack missing just when they thought of it, or did they leave it at school? Did they leave it on the bus? Did another kid pick it up? I don't know. I don't think that's reliable information. That's just me. I don't think it's going to be good news either. I don't know. And evidently the little boy didn't have anything on except his boots, according to them. Possibly a pull-up or a diaper or something. Nearly a week after extensive searching in dense wooded land, authorities have acknowledged that the likelihood of finding the children alive is now considered very low. Nonetheless, the investigation remains active and efforts to determine what happened are ongoing. And they're asking anyone, no matter how small, it could be vital to report tips to Crime Stoppers in Canada, which is 1-800-222-TIPS, or the RCMP 1-902-485-4333. But this is what I wanted to show you, the pictures. So the white is the trailer or house or whatever they lived in. Behind there is where the stepdad's brother and mother lived. That's the one that kind of looked like the bus or the RV or something. Thank you, Miss Grace. And then on the other side of that barn type or whatever, or that is not a barn, it's a chicken coop. So I don't know. I don't know. I just find it odd. There's the sliding glass doors. But there's another door there. Why didn't they just open the door and walk out that door? I don't understand. And then there's their cute little pictures. It makes no sense. Hold on. Anyway. So yeah, I don't know. They have a memorial also, and we'll see pictures of that later, that's down by the RCMP detachment that they're building with all kinds of stuffed animals and bears and toys and letters, and they're leaving like a memorial for the kids that went missing. And Lily, like I said, she was said to have on that pink sweater, pink pants, and pink boots. I don't know. Have they found anything? I don't know. I feel like they have probably found some things. Lily is 6 and Jack is 4. They went missing on May 2nd. But we're talking about 2 kids missing now. 2. That's so highly unusual. Daniel is the missing kid's stepfather. And he's provided all the information. He's doing all the talking. He's talking to the media. He's telling all about the children's disappearance. Hey, Patty, welcome. And he's told them all about his efforts and what all he's done. And he said that he searched, at the police conference, he said he searched the woods, some water, and everything. And he thinks that they were abducted, or the mom says she thinks that they were abducted. When he left, he didn't realize that the mom allegedly had called the police at that time, or was going to. He was going to look, from my understanding. He came back wet. And if he really was looking, I don't want to throw any blame, because if he really was looking, he could have got wet, dirty, and muddy. No, Bama Cat, and we're gonna get to that too, because CPS said no. I got something showing that somewhere, which is strange to me. Because if he can't see that baby, why? And does the mother even have the baby? I don't know. That was in a news clipping yesterday. But if he come back wet and she called the police, is this something else that was planned? Because I think if they had something to do with this, them kids were more than likely gone before they reported them gone. They weren't in school all week. That's just my opinion. I would love to know if that party really happened. And I heard somebody call in on Josh's yesterday and say the party really happened. It did happen. And then I heard a total different person say that they live not far from there, and they drove by and seen all these cars. So I believe that party did happen, because they assumed it was some kind of, rug place or something. And then they seen these kids missing. They said it was also the callers that was local that called into the lab said it was also the end of the month. It's kind of when people get their benefits and stuff like that. And that's kind of what happens around there. Could it be possible that maybe some of them, somebody asked me that, could it be possible that maybe if they had a party that somebody took off them kids? Sure. But one, maybe, but two, y'all know rug dealers don't, or people like that don't want your kids, man. Come on. They don't want them. What are y'all talking about? So but anything's possible. But could they have got into something and something happened? Sure. I don't know, Sophie, but let me see if it's in this one. Hold on. I am trying to get some answers on that. I have not heard anything back, but I seen it in a newspaper clipping, but Daniel, okay, here it is. Okay, on May 9th, okay, let's see if this one's it. This may not be it. All right. Lily and Jack have been missing more than a week. And it's showing Daniel Holden's son. He's been exceedingly cooperative with investigators. I gave them everything from my phone. He said he asked for a lie detective test and a drug test. I'm the one trying to move this forward and give any information I have. He adds that police are looking at the wireless router to the home to see who connected to the internet at what times. A large RCMP truck is in the area, Mr. Martell says. RCMP scoured Lansdowne Lake from above the helicopter and went into the lake but found nothing. Okay, that's not it. But anyway, that's him holding a sign. But hold on, because what I have is somebody wrote also 2 hours ago, once more, no public statement was made regarding the missing children, likely due to instructions to avoid social media, refrain from speaking to the press. It raises the question, was the stepfather given the same warning and is choosing not to follow it, or something else is going on? Is she trying to tell us something? That was about the mother. Oh, this is where they're putting the flowers. They say it's growing. I am too, Estelle. Hold on. I want to find that one. I don't know if I'll be able to find it right now. It may be up there in a news clip. Okay, this is what I heard. Let's listen to what he's got to say here. This was on TikTok.
Find anything from Jack's pull-up to her backpack or any of her belongings at all. They just haven't found anything.
Now, while the family may have some hope, the police say that after 6 days of often extreme conditions, the children were still in the woods, they wouldn't be alive. So now they said it came down to a question of survivability.
I don't know why they didn't find anything from Jack's pull-up to her backpack or any of her belongings at all. They just haven't found anything.
Now, while the family may have some hope, the police say that after 6 days of often extreme conditions, the children were still in the woods, they wouldn't be alive.
That's day 6. Okay, so this is what I heard. I can't find it anyway. Hi, Mike, and everybody coming in. Okay, so what I heard was he wanted to see his daughter, which is 16 months old, and CPS told him he could not see her. He said that out of his own mouth, and that was in one of the newspapers. I clipped it somewhere. God only knows where it's at. And what I'm wondering is why, because that don't look good. And what I'm wondering is, if he can't see her, in my opinion, neither one of them's been charged. So why does she get to have? You also heard that? He has a YouTube channel 2 years ago. Oh, interesting. So, but why does she get to have the baby? So what I'm wondering is, they wouldn't tell us probably unless she comes out and says, or he finds out and he says, he may not know. Does she have the baby, or is it in custody? They do things different there, or is it with another family member, or what? What's going on? I don't know. That would be interesting, Michelle, to go look and see what he has. Let's see. I heard the mother was put in an ambulance and then she was advised to leave the property and stay with her mother. She is, from what I understand, staying with her mother. There was, again, a local caller that called in the lab yesterday. The local caller, some of you may have been in there, did say that her mother, they used to work with her mother. Now, they have not had any conversations or dealing with her mother or anything since any of this has happened. They also said they have not met this mother, but have met her other siblings or whatever in the past. But they did say that Malia's mother is a very, 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 very good woman. So, I don't know. I heard, just like y'all, that when this was going down, a fight broke out on the property of Daniels where they were staying, where the children lived. I mean, that's their home. They've been there 2 years. That's where they disappeared from. That's where Malia lived. That's their home. Together, whatever. Hey, Sophie. And I heard that a fight broke out. I don't know if it's like some kind of Hatfield and McCoy's. I don't know what happened. I don't know if her family, this because we hear different things. I don't know if her family blamed him. I don't know if it's true that they found not the rugs, but the paraphernalia. I've heard both things. And if they told her, the cops told her to leave or she would lose the baby. I don't know. But if that was the case, I would have told my mother, take the baby. I would have told my mother to take the baby anyway from all this hellhole going on. Hey, Lakeside Logger and everybody coming in. Matter of fact, I wouldn't have had to tell my mother. My mother would have helped me out by taking my child, if I had a 16-month-old, away from the bullshit. Watch my child. You couldn't have paid me to leave. If there was a fight, I don't care whose property it was, if I was legally there and lived there, and my children lived there, and my things were there, by golly, I would camp out in a tent if I had to. But she didn't. She left. She left. And what I'm wondering is, her and Daniel had this baby, right? So that the baby's still there, alive and fine, from what I understand. So you tell me why Daniel didn't put his foot down to his mother and say, she's not leaving. Y'all just need to stop this bull crap. She ain't going nowhere. Y'all can settle your differences later. I mean, keep it real. Exactly, Ginger. Exactly. Even if they're supervising it or they send somebody to supervise it, there's something very wrong with this picture. There's so many red flags. Something ain't right. Something ain't right. And why? Thank you, Mike. Thank you so much for your support. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Thank you. You tell me. Tell me why. Well, here, I know if you were breastfeeding, well, she would have to pump that breast or them breasts, wouldn't she? And get that milk over there and show them courts that she could do that. That don't mean she'd get to keep a baby if she was a danger to it. I'm just saying. But they do things different in Canada. That's just my thought. I don't know. It's really strange. I mean, there's just a lot of strange things going on there. So, I don't know. You heard she was breastfeeding the baby too? They have no. Well, you know what? If she was breastfeeding, if she was on drugs, that would be in the baby's milk. Some say she wasn't. Some say she was. Hey, Dirty Diana. Thank you. Happy Mother's Day. Hey, Justin for all. Thank you, sweetheart. You had a good live earlier. You're so kind. Happy Mother's Day, Smiley and chat. I'll be listening, but in and out of chat. Love you too. Thank you. Thank you so much. And give Remy a kiss and Gypsy doll. Hey, everybody. So I don't know. Ricky said, "What's up, my brother Justin?" Something is definitely wrong with this mother. The baby is 16 months old, breastfeeding. Yeah, well, yeah, and that is kind of a little bit old to be. OTT, hello. Thank you so much. The Canadian cat lady. I believe drug tested her and she was clean. Yeah, and that's a possibility. That is a very possibility, and that may be why she got to keep the baby. But if they found the paraphernalia, if that was true and they didn't find anything with that may be why they made her leave. You know. So I don't know. Thank you, Rita. Thank you, Michelle. Yeah, Michelle said, well, that's not fair because like a lot of people do. Now, I will have to say, a lot of people, there's this girl that I know that fed hers until, I don't know, he was almost a year old. And this was back 30 years ago, but I remember they always push that because it's better for them, to not get infections and all the stuff, to build up their immune system real good. So I'm not going to say anything about that. Oh, really, Lisa? Her father posted a message on Facebook and asked her why didn't she reach out to him because he knows she's trying. Didn't her father get busted for was it, hold on a minute. Oh shit. Hold on, I'm not gonna look at y'all because I know what it is. More hydromorphine. Didn't they get? Yeah, but didn't he get busted for that kind? Because that's very, very, very strong. If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I think it was the hydromorphine, which is basically the same thing as morphine. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, some women do feed till they're 2. They absolutely do, Justin. You're right. They are, because they do. They push that. It's good for you. It's good for them. It's good for the baby. It's good. They say it's good for the mom too. It gets all that weight off of you and stuff, and they like that. No, it wasn't hydrocodone. It was the other. It was stronger. It doesn't matter. He got busted for it. So, yeah. Yeah. And so why didn't they? I mean, again, here's another one that don't call 911 right away. I felt sorry. I felt so sorry for the bus driver as well. The bus driver was, his kids, he said, was friends with, his children was friends with Lily and Jack. So Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. It's good for you. Good for you. But yeah, so Cindy Brooks, the grandmother, they say she was active in the search. I don't know about all that because I can't find much on her, but they say she was active in the search. But this is what got me about Cindy. Cindy said, now if y'all listen to this very closely, Cindy said she is holding out hope they will be found safe. Nothing abnormal about that. But she said they are just praying for the best, that it is for our babies to come home. She's praying that it's for the best, that it is for their babies to come home. That's an odd statement to me. What does she mean? She's praying for the best, that it's for their babies to come home. That's kind of just an odd statement. I would love to ask her, because I know they do different things there and they say different things and mean different things, but that is a very odd statement. She said that it is, she said that with an interview. And she also said the police advised them not to speak to the public. That's pretty different than Daniel talking, right? Because Daniel has been talking. And the police did ask for the community's help, and the internet's help to keep it respectful. I did read also, some of you, hey Lady Q, and I hope you're feeling better. Hello, hello, hello. I read that the mother sent the police back to the home to just get little Lily and Jack's favorite stuffed animal. That was kind of interesting to me. So I read that. I'm not sure if that's a fact or not, but that's what I heard. They are, Mike, they are darling kids. Just darling. I can't believe anybody would want to hurt them. And I hope if there's, I'm going to, I'm sure there's holes and, somebody was talking about that yesterday, and it makes me think of baby Jessica. Remember when she fell down and whoa, in that hole? I was little in, I never will forget that. But baby Jessica, y'all remember that. They saved her though. But if there was, I'm just talking on that property, holes or traps or anything maybe normally they wouldn't get to, that if they got out of the house together, that to me it's not likely that they would both fall down in there. But then I got to thinking about it. My grandkids come over yesterday, my little ones, and it was raining, so they were running in here and all the things, and I was like, and they're very close, and I thought, I was just thinking this stuff, and I thought, and I was watching them. They always get bottles of water and stuff out of the refrigerator and and then I was thinking how they do on the trampoline stuff. I was just thinking he would always go where his sissy goes and, all the stuff. But I'm like, but would they really, like if one fell in a hole, would the other one come get help? Or would the other one try to help? Lay down on the stomach? Would they fall down in the hole? Or would they... It's hard to say. And then I don't know, the likelihood of them both falling down in there is just strange to me. It's strange. Yeah, Rod. Exactly. And then I question, I'm sorry, but I question the dad's brother. I question him. Did anybody see if he left or checked and see if he left and came back? He was just so easy breezy laid out on that shiny, the cleanest thing in the yard. Why wasn't he utilizing that to go try to find the kids in those woods? I'm just wondering. Yeah, there's something with that brother, in my opinion. And who would have had access to the house? The brother? Yeah, and the thing is, that's it, Stephanie. If one seen something, as little as they are, they wouldn't take a chance on the other one seeing something, As sad as that is, even thinking one day, they would say something. And I know, one says they're autistic, which again makes no sense to me. They may be diagnosed later and all that over there, but again, how are you going to say that about your kids? And they haven't even been, they didn't come out and say, the doctor said it's possible that they're blah, 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 blah. No, they just come out and say, oh, but haven't been diagnosed. I mean, I don't believe that. I believe people put too much emphasis on that bullshit, and they watch too much crime. I'm sorry. They watch too much crime, and they try to follow other cases. Hold on just a minute. Anyway, so all that. Oh, thank you, Nana's Dragonfly. Happy Mother's Day. Thank you so much. Yeah, it seems like now they say it loosely, and like it's like they're label all these kids that, and it's why. There has not, that I have seen. There has not. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'm convinced about this brother thing. Yeah, they did. They sounded pretty positive about that. By the gas pipeline, not far away. Yeah. Actually, you're right about that, Lakeside Lawyer. Absolutely. It's just scary. Hey, Grave Crime with Grace. The mother running off, hearing that was crazy. Yeah, me too. That's just, it's insane. But there's a lot of red flags, and in my opinion, they both definitely both of them neglected the children. All the children, they neglected them. Either way, they neglected the children. I think, and I think if I think they need to make sure they protect that baby. That's what I think. Let's watch one of these videos here. All right, let's see. Make sure we can hear it. Oh, man, I can hear it. Hold on. Why can I not hear it? Oh, I hate this shit. Hold on.
Media and still remaining at the house. He has now called for polygraph tests for himself and everyone else involved.
My family.
So we'll see how that goes. Now, we know a lot of times, and I know what a lot of people are going to say, we know there's a lot of times that people insert themselves too much into a case, try to be too helpful, to try to make people believe that they are not involved or they have nothing to do with it. I'm not stating that that's what's happening in this case with the stepdad. I'm not stating that at all. But I do question the mother who has missing children who left for whatever reason. And when asked to speak, it's no comment. Nope, can't speak. So I'm not a big fan. I don't know. I'm not that doesn't give me a very good vibe. So, but I have some new information that may be relevant to what might have happened to Lily and Jack. Okay. So we're going to go through a few things, and then I'm going to get to the information that I believe may have something to do with what happened to them. Okay. So let's pull this up, because seeing this video is what got me to start digging into another place. And the information that I found was quite crazy and might actually be very pertinent to what is going on, and might also help explain why major crimes is not only involved still, but why they are not speaking out and not, you know what I mean? So let's get right into it. Before we get started, please do me a favor, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you have not already done so. All right, so first let's play this. This was from Evil Exists. I got them all in order, ready to go. All right. Again, this is from Evil Exists YouTube channel.
Continue to dig into the case of missing siblings, Lily and Jack Sullivan. I continue to find more and more red flags. I personally don't believe the children wandered away from home on their own, and I don't believe they were abducted by a stranger. It's clear police don't believe they were abducted either. In this video, we will discuss what a neighbor had to say. This neighbor lives 500 feet away from the house where the children allegedly vanished from. I actually think this person meant 500 meters, and not feet, because that would align with the neighbor's house. Looking at a map of the area, this is the closest house. It is approximately 1 minute drive away, or a 6-minute walk away, which aligns to about 450 meters. I believe this is the neighbor that has spoken out of Facebook, and shared the observations from a night or two before the children vanished. The post reads, "I have to wonder if they will ever be found, let alone if we'll ever know the truth of what happened to them." They live 500 feet away from me. I didn't even know kids lived there at all. I thought it was a drug house. There's always cars there, and it's so odd to me, but I can't remember clearly if it was Wednesday or Thursday. But there were so many cars there on that particular day that the driveway was full, and a car was even parked on the side of the main road. It was like 2 p.m. at latest. I remember driving past, judging them, thinking how they were probably in there sharing a crack pipe or whatever, and then boom, Friday, this all comes out. Like I'm in distress over it. This observation from the neighbor is actually very important, and I hope they have taken this information to the police. Online sleuths are now putting out other theories after hearing this information. Was it a drug party? Did the children get into the drugs and OD?
Okay. Now, keeping that post in mind, okay, let's go over here and listen to what the grandmother had to say. I don't want to get rid of that. I want to keep it up there. So let's get into this right here. Now, keeping that message in mind from the neighbor, let's listen to this again. Hold on. Now, he said that was Wednesday or Thursday. There was a huge party there. He couldn't remember which day.
Another day goes by, and there is still no sign of Lily and Jack Sullivan. I spent most of the day digging into this case, using Google Maps to get a better picture of the area. For those of you who haven't seen the pictures of the property and yard, please go back and watch the video I posted earlier today. It clearly shows the yard in disarray, but one thing that is of utmost importance is the clear fencing around the entire backyard. Something else I want to share with you before getting into new information about the paternal grandmother is that the stepfather's brother and mother lived on the property, at the back of the yard, I believe. I would love to know where they were when the children vanished. They never spoke out to the media, but I saw a picture of the brother relaxing here while the search was going on.
Yeah.
We have got information that the biological father is on house arrest, awaiting a future court date. I will get into the reason for that a bit later, but his name is Cody Sullivan. Apparently, this is his mother,
yes,
and the children's
so this is his mother, the paternal grandmother.
Grandmother.
Did y'all see how he was laying back on that? Oh my God. Y'all can't hear that? Y'all can't hear that? Hold on a minute.
April 30th. Keep this date in mind. April 30th, 2025. Okay. This is when this was posted. This particular bust happened on April 24th. The Pictou County Integrated Street Crime Enforcement Unit executed a search warrant that resulted in 56 charges against 4 people and the seizure of firearms. On April 24th, as part of an ongoing drug trafficking and firearms investigation, the Pictou County Integrated Street Crime Enforcement Unit attended a residence on Gill Court in Pictou and executed a search warrant. 5 people were safely arrested. During the search, a quantity of heroin, prescription pills, and trace amounts of other drugs were found and seized. A handgun, a sawed-off shotgun, and ammunition for both were also seized. Several units assisted with the search warrant execution, including the Nova Scotia RCMP Emergency Response Team and Critical Incident Command, Pictou County District RCMP, Antigonish Guysborough Street Crimes Enforcement Unit, and Guysborough County District RCMP. Now, there was, these are the people that were arrested. Jamie Lee Jackson, Joseph Spears, Kelsey Whitewood. Anyway, let's go to the charges here. Facing charges of possession of heroin for purpose of trafficking and possession of codeine for the purpose of trafficking, several firearm offenses, and possession of property attained by crime. Each person is also individually charged with multiple other offenses with a total of 56 charges sworn. So, Jackson, Spears, and Whitewood had their first court appearance on April 25th at Pictou Provincial Court and were remanded into custody pending future court appearances. Lindblad was released by police with the first court appearance scheduled for July 7th. The 5th person arrested was released without charges. Now, some of you might sit there and say, why is this relevant, Christy? And I'm going to tell you. Let me share this with you. Let me share this with you here. Yeah. Oh, it gets crazier. Wait a second. I got to pull this up so I can show you. Give me just 1 second. I got to pull this picture up. Right here. Distance. All right, now let me show you this. This is from the same drug bust, and we're going to get into why this may be relevant towards Lily and Jack Sullivan case. Right here. 56 charges laid after Pictou drug bust leads to seizure of firearms. 4 people are facing a combined 56 charges after police seized drugs, firearms, and ammunition during a search at a home in Pictou County, Nova Scotia. The Pictou County Integrated Street Crime Enforcement Unit executed a search warrant at a residence on Gill Court on April 24th. Police say 5 people were arrested at the scene. A quantity of heroin, prescription pills, and trace amounts of other drugs were seized, along with a handgun, a sawed-off shotgun, and ammunition.
That I don't know.
Right? So there's the second one. Police say the 5th person arrested was released without charges. All right. Now, let me share this with you.
I think they were on benefits.
The distance between that home that was raided and busted for the drugs and the guns and the pills and everything else to the home where the children went missing is 21 minutes. 21 minutes. Now we've had neighbors. Now we've had a neighbor come forward and say, this is a big drug house. This is a big party house. Either Wednesday or Thursday night, there was the driveway was full of people, right? Full of vehicles. Figured they were in there doing drugs. This is a common theme that happens in that house. Huge, giant drug bust happened a week before Jack and Lily came up, vanished, right? Now, we know they weren't in school Wednesday, and we know they weren't in school on Thursday. Okay? We know, well, we don't know for a fact, but there's been talk that this house, Jack and Lily's house, is a drug house. Okay? Which is 21 minutes away from this major operation.
Thank you.
20 minutes away from this major drug operation for trafficking in the area, right? Now, Let me go over here and show you guys this.
Wonder why only one day a week. I'm just wondering.
Now, you know how I talked about the stepdad, and he had mentioned fighting for the kids. Fighting for the kids. He had mentioned that 3 times. So we're going to look at this.
Sorry. I was just wondering, like, why does he work just one day a week? I mean, there could be many different reasons, but I was just thinking, like, when people sell, that sometimes they do get a real job and do that to cover up, so they don't look suspicious or something. So maybe that's why he just worked one day. I don't know, but that's kind of strange. He worked one day. Or maybe that's all they needed him, but that's kind of suspicious to me and a red flag. Yeah, I think a cover up. Yeah, if I would have to guess, because hey, I got a legit job. If you get pulled over with this money or something, I don't know. I'm just saying I wanted to bring that up because one day a week. Well, what would that pay? Yeah, I don't know. Very, very strange. Some strange things. Some strange things going on around there. I don't know. All right, let's get to this.
Family only told CBC News police advised them not to speak to media.
I'm absolutely exhausted at this point after going through 6 days of virtual hell. It's absolutely crazy. So I'm just fighting for Lily and Jack.
Fighting for Lily and Jack. Now, there's another one where he's in the orange shirt where he mentions he's still fighting. And it's very interesting to me that could they have known the people that could they have been affiliated with the people that were arrested in this drug bust? Could they have been taken that night at the party when people were all drugged up? Could they have been sold to someone at that party? Could they have been traded to someone at that party? Or could somebody that resides in the home, in the Gairlock Road home, could somebody have maybe said something to police or mentioned something to police about the raid that happened on April 24th, a week before Jack and Lily came up gone? And if you listen to the story of the parents, one says they were with the baby. One says that they were sleeping. Mom up and left. She left. She is not talking to police. She is not talking to media, as far as we know. Stepdad is still at the house, still, quote unquote, fighting. What happened that Thursday night or that Wednesday night at that home? What happened? What happened to Jack and Lily? Were they collateral damage because mom or stepdad had a big mouth? Were they taken? Were they traded? Were they sold? What really happened at that party that night at their home? What are the chances that you have parents involved in drugs and they live 20 minutes away from a major drug operation?
Fighting for Lily and Jack.
It's a case that has really capped. Family only told CBC News police advised them not to speak to media.
I'm absolutely exhausted at this point after going through 6 days of virtual hell. It's absolutely crazy. So I'm just fighting for Lily and Jack.
It's a case that has really...
Now, let me share this with you. Oh, and not for nothing, but if you start going through Facebook and connecting names, there are a couple names that connect between the people involved in that drug bust and the people involved in his friends list. She completely deleted her Facebook page. Wonder why that is. Wonder why that is. She completely deleted her Facebook page. She up and left the property, and she is not speaking to media. No comment. Ask yourself why a mother would do that. Ask yourself why a mother would make up a fucking story about sleeping while her children were doing God knows what, and then up and leave the property. No, the drug bust happened on April 24th, a week before they went missing. Ask yourself that. But stepdad is still at the house. Stepdad is still fighting. Stepdad is the one asking for polygraphs and drug tests. Stepdad is the one, I don't know. Something's not right here, guys. All right, let me pull this up. Because it's not the first time he mentions fighting for those children.
I'm out here still searching, still fighting to try to find them.
Still searching, still fighting. Fighting who? What happened at that house on Thursday night? What happened at that house the night of the party? The night the driveway was full of people.
And see, this makes me nervous because why? I mean, it makes it suspicious to me because he's the stepdad. He says he's known them 3 years, and he also said they've only been living together 2 years. So why is he the one fighting for these children? Why? I don't get it. I don't understand it. What is he fighting so hard for, or what is he trying to prove? Why is he out front doing all the talking? Why is it him? Again, unless he's, I don't even know. Who is he protecting? And why? And he's already said he'll take a polygraph, a drug test, and they've already, or he said that they said there's not many. I'm trying to think how it said. There's not many places there in Canada you can take a polygraph, but so they're flying someone in. Now, LE hadn't said that, but here's the thing. Okay, well, why don't you just take one at one of those places there in Canada whenever you can get to it? I don't understand any of that. I don't understand it. Something's not right here. Well, I think we all know that, but something's definitely not right.
The night everybody was partying it up in that house, doing God knows what. What happened to those children? Because they damn sure didn't walk out into those frickin' woods alone by themselves and to just vanish and disappear. So I will say it again. Who is he fighting? Were they traded? Were they sold? Were they taken? Or were they collateral damage because of something mom or stepdad said? What really, really happened to Jack and Lily Sullivan?
That's all I can do.
The message is still, if anyone knows anything.
If anybody knows anything, just come forward as soon as possible. 2 little kids are still out there. I want to find them. That's really all I can do. So, sir.
Okay, now let me move over here to this. Right. Exactly. Exactly, Bama. And Lisa, yeah. Thank you, Michael. Appreciate that. Now, let's listen to the mother again. Keeping all the information in your head that you just heard. Let's listen and look at this mother again.
Thank you, Kiki.
I'm just staying as hopeful as possible. I want them home. I want to hold them. And I want them home. What happened was we woke up. I heard them playing in the next room beside us.
See, when she starts out saying what happened was, that tells me this is a planned story. That tells me this is something so what happened was, right? And then you proceed to tell the story that you've come up with. So what happened was.
Staying as hopeful as possible. I want them home. I want to hold them. And I want them home. What happened was we woke up. I heard them playing in the next room beside us. And I was drifting in and out of sleep. And they're not the type of kids that we tell them not to go outside on their own. We always make sure that we're out there with them, watching them. And they happen to just get out that sliding door and we can't hear it when it opens. And they were outside playing, but we weren't aware of it at the time.
I just can't. It's not even a good, it's not even a good story. Like we were sleeping. I heard them in the next room. They were outside playing, but we didn't know they were outside playing. So why are you sitting there saying they were outside playing?
And the next thing we knew, it was quiet. And we get up and I tell him, my partner, Daniel, I tell him, do you hear the kids? And he says, no. And we get up instantly. We're looking outside. We're looking everywhere, yelling for them. And I instantly just call 911. I just had the instinct I needed to call. They're both.
I just had the instinct I needed to call.
With really go-lucky children. They're so sweet.
It's too bad you didn't have the instinct not to have a fucking drug party in your house with
Veronica,
your children.
thank you so much. Veronica, truly.
They'll talk your ear off.
Thank you.
They will speak to anyone in a store. Everyone. They're just extremely sweet kids. I appreciate the huge search effort going on right now. But we've been pushing for an Amber Alert, which hasn't been
she reminds me of
issued. Not
Susan
just
Smith. She
that
don't
they could possibly be abducted, which it is a possibility that they could have been.
But she don't have no fears.
Just an alert to let everyone know that they are missing. We had people text me saying that they weren't aware, someone else let them know that they were missing, and it would just be nice if everyone could be alerted. We thought maybe that we found tracks, but it's still uncertain. It's been raining and they're probably soaking wet, but with the sun today, I'm hopeful that they are feeling warm.
Isn't that a weird thing to say? They're probably soaked and, cold and soaked, but I'm hoping with the sun, they're feeling warm today. That isn't a very, very odd statement to make, in my opinion.
The Brooks guy was her
filled with
dad.
Pain and sorrow because we just want them found. We want them home. Everyone loves them. They are definitely verbal, and they do have possible autism, but it's not extreme autism. It's just they have issues with school.
And wonder if that could have anything to do with their very dysfunctional home life.
And they don't catch up with the other kids. I just want to remain hopeful. But there's always, in a mother's mind, you're always thinking the worst. Last night was one of the worst nights because I didn't.
Now this part really does get me. She speaks about not having her children at home in bed and her not wanting to go through another night like that. But the lack of emotion is insane to me.
Didn't have them in their beds. And I don't want to go through that another night without them.
No. Nope. All right. So now. Exactly. Hey, sweet sativa. All right. Hello, everybody coming in. Thank you guys for being here. Please hit that like button on your way in. Now, I want to go back to this again, because this says a lot to me.
Meant 500 meters and not feet, because that would align with the neighbor's house. Looking at a map of the area, this is the closest house. It is approximately 1-minute drive away, or a 6-minute walk away, which aligns to about 450 meters. I believe this is the neighbor that has spoken out of Facebook and shared the observations from a night or two before the children vanished. The post reads, "I have to wonder if they will ever be found, let alone if we'll ever know the truth of what happened to them. They live 500 feet away from me. I didn't even know kids lived there at all. I thought it was a drug house. There's always cars there, and it's so odd to me, but I can't remember clearly if it was Wednesday or Thursday. But there were so many cars there on that particular day that the driveway was full, and a car was even parked on the side of the main road. It was like 2 p.m.
Now I want you to think about how long their driveway is. That is a pretty long driveway. Do you know how many vehicles you could fit in that driveway? And then to have one even on the road because the driveway was so full. You know how many people would have had to have been in that freaking trailer that night? Either Wednesday or Thursday, the night that whatever happened. And I believe that's the night whatever happened to the children. Because again, they were in school.
And they don't care. And if it was a trap house or drug house, they don't care who's in there. They don't care what it looks like. They don't care how many people's in there. They just go in there to flop around, to do their drugs, to find what they can or whatever they can do to get their fix. That's all they do. They don't care. So it is what it is. And if I'm not mistaken, I think they said something about the garage, not the garage. I keep saying the garage, the barn or the chicken barn or whatever. I think they found, the hand ties and stuff, which is probably what they used to tie up their arms and stuff with, to use them needles and stuff. I mean, oh my God, I just can't with these people.
In school Wednesday, they weren't in school Thursday. And there's reports that the grandmother was going to come there Friday to check on the kids. But yet Friday morning, they were reported missing. And the stories don't add up. The stories don't make sense. The mom and stepdads do not match up. There are so many things here. The mom left the property. She is gone. She left. She's not speaking with media. She, missed no comment. And the lack of emotion is insane to me. Now, I know that everybody wants to point the finger at the stepdad, and I can understand why. I'm sure he is part of this too. But the wording that he uses, I'd be interested to see what a statement analysis person would say about that, because just the fact that he has mentioned 3 times having to fight for the children, there's something up with that. There is something to that. I can feel it in my bones. So I go back to this. I have to wonder what happened at that house that night of the party. And it just happens to be 1 week after this major drug bust of heroin, pills, handguns, sawed-off shotguns, paraphernalia, and all of these things. This major drug bust that happened 20 minutes away with people that connect between the dad and the stepdad and the people involved. And mom altogether deleting her Facebook Major crimes still being involved. No sign of the kids wandering away from the house. No sign of the kids in the woods. No sign that they ever entered the woods that day. No, nothing. So I will go back to my previous statement. Were they taken? Were they traded? Were they sold? Or were they collateral damage from somebody saying something that they shouldn't have said?
At latest, I remember driving past, judging them, thinking how they were probably in there sharing a crack pipe or whatever, and then boom, Friday, this all comes out. Like I'm in distress over it. This observation from the neighbor is actually very important, and I hope they have taken this in.
And let's not forget that drug paraphernalia was found inside the residence. In my opinion, mom and stepdad had 3 days to come up with this story. Oh, well, let's say it happened Thursday. They had time to try to concoct this bullshit narrative that they are trying to push.
Information to the police. Online sleuths are now putting out other theories after hearing this information. Was it a drug party? Did the children get into the drugs and OD, leading to a cover-up? Did the stepfather and mother pass out, leaving the children unattended with strangers in the house who could have taken them? Did they wake up the next morning and realize the children were gone? Regarding drugs being found in the house, there is a lot of talk going around about that. Apparently the mother has been drug tested and removed from the house.
But see, look at this picture right here. They met again 3 years ago. See this? They both look totally different in this picture right here than they do now. They've only moved in together 2 years ago. You can tell both are on drugs. I don't know if she tested negative or not, or it's one of those weekender drugs that you can piss away in 2 days or what, but they both look horrible now. Just saying.
The house. To be fair, CPS strongly suggested that she take her baby and leave the home.
And that was a statement. That was a statement made by someone. Like, I don't know. I cannot find one article where that is included, that CPS made her leave the premises. We were told that she left the premises because of a fight. But I have not found one article or one thing that can verify that CPS told her to leave the house. And I don't know much about drugs, but I know marijuana stays in your system the longest. So makes you wonder
what she was.
Allegedly, drug paraphernalia was found in the property and in one vehicle. This person putting out this post said they cannot speak on who owned the vehicle or what was found, but they can
yeah, see, this is the person that put this out, saying that the mother has already been drug tested and removed from the home. RCMP and Department of Community Services and Child Protective Services strongly recommended that she leave the dwelling. Drug paraphernalia was located inside the home along with one of the vehicles. I cannot speak on who owned the vehicle or what exactly was found, but I can confirm that drug paraphernalia was located at the residence. The mother and the baby were removed to a secure location away from this property. Now, this person is insinuating that the mother is innocent and has nothing to do with it. I don't buy that for 1 second, because what kind of mother is going to concoct this bullshit story and tell this story if she had nothing to do with it and absolutely thought that her boyfriend, husband, whatever he is, was guilty of doing something to the children? What kind of person is going to do that? You know?
confirmed that drug paraphernalia was located at the residence.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought, Blue Bella. But I didn't want to. I didn't want to be, giving out misinformation because I wasn't sure. But Blue Bella says it only takes 72 hours for most drugs to be out of your system so you can pass it. Yeah. That's what I thought.
Welcome, Doreen. Welcome to my channel.
For real. Exactly. Who knows what kind of lunatics were at that party? Oh, and not for nothing. If you look at the picture of the mom, if you look at a picture of the mom and the stepdad from 2022 till now, they both look like they've been wrecked by drugs. Like they look so different. I don't know. But what do you guys think? What do you guys think about this? What do you guys think about this major drug bust happening 20 minutes away? What do you think about the connections? What do you think about the big party that happened there that night? I don't know. But my question remains, what happened? What really happened to Jack and Lily, and when did it happen? All right, I'm going to end this one here. Let me hear your thoughts down in the comment section below. I love you guys. Stay strong, stay healthy, stay safe. Keep asking those hard questions. Keep spreading them.
Okay, I put her, it's the CYN family. I put her link in there again. Yeah, please go sub up to her. She's all on this case. And actually, I have one more that follows up to this one that I'm going to share. It's not as long. Hold on just a minute for me, okay? But yeah, y'all go sub up to her.
Hello, everybody. How are you guys? I hope you guys are good. I hope you're having a great day or night, no matter where you are. Okay, so as a lot of you know, we have been talking about the missing
everyone.
4-year-old and 6-year-old out of Nova Scotia, Lily and Jack Sullivan, who were reported missing on May 2nd at 10 a.m. And it was reported that while their parents were sleeping, they walked out of the house, walked into the woods, and just disappeared. Cops have searched ever since. No sign of anything. There's been no sign of them found in the woods. No sign of them anywhere, period. No scents have been picked up. No nothing. But today I want to talk, this is kind of a continuance on the video that I put out yesterday. If you have not seen that video, please make sure you check it out, because what I'm about to tell you today and go through today directly correlates with a continuation of yesterday's video. Okay. So before we get started, please hit that like button. Please subscribe to the channel if you have not already done so, and consider becoming a member.
Yeah, y'all please hit that like button.
So let's get started.
Algorithm.
Okay, so the first thing I want to take a look at, real quick before we go through this, I want to talk about Mom Malia's Facebook was deactivated right after the kids went missing, and she has since reactivated it just so she could update her status to single. Didn't post anything about her kids, nothing about them missing, nothing else, just updated her relationship status and then deactivated her account once again. However, Henry Brooks is Malia's father. This is a message from her father. Baby girl, why didn't you tell me when that first happened? Please never hold anything back from me ever again. I love you, baby. Next time. I love you, baby. Next time something like that happens, you tell me right away. Baby, I'm a tracker. Next time something like that happens, that's an odd thing to say, but let's look at Henry Brooks. So he was arrested and charged in an operation called Impact. Henry Brooks, 41, charged with 3 counts of trafficking hydromorphone, 4 counts of failing to comply with an undertaking, 1 count of possession of a concealed weapon, and 1 count of possession of a prohibited weapon. So this, again, directly correlates into my video yesterday in the sense that it seems that drug use, drugs, it is all intertwined in this family. As we know, there was drug paraphernalia found at the property, inside the home, and in a vehicle when police searched the home when the kids were first reported missing. So yes, this directly does matter. Now, let's talk about let's talk about a couple of very disturbing places on the property. Now, if you go past the crappy camper that Daniel's mother and brother are currently living in, you come upon this thing right here, this big pen. Now, there's no door to get into this pen, right? There's no swinging door. There's no way in except to lift something over and put it in here. So we know this pen was not used for any type of livestock, pigs, goats, sheep, anything like that. Because again, there is no door. So whatever this was built for was to contain something that you have to lift and put in. So part of you has to ask yourself, was this something that the kids were placed in? Was to keep them put, to detain them, in other words? We don't know. But if you logically thinking, they don't have any other so what logical reason would this pen be for? Really makes you wonder.
Oh, Black Skies, I hope you're doing okay. Love you.
Let's get to a more sinister part of the property, if you will. Now, a little bit past that pen and to the right is this type of tree fort, I guess is what you would call it. I guess that's what you call it. It's a little fort made out of, wood, trees, tree branches, things like that. Now, we were told that this was the kids' tree fort. This is where they like to play. This is where they like to hang out in there. But what happens when you take a look inside, knowing that this is a kids' tree fort and that the kids often played in there, you would expect to find things inside that are, related to children, like toys or trucks or something, right? That the kids would sit in there and play with.
Thank you,
but
Jude.
that's not what was found inside this tree fort.
Thank you.
So let's talk about what was found inside. Inside this tree fort, there are no signs of children. There are no toys. There are nothing that points to this being a child hangout space, a child playing space, if you will. But let's talk about what is in the tree fort, okay? There is a board. There is a screwdriver. There are what looks to be wrist ties right here. And there's also zip ties in there. The only other item in there, which is not pictured here, it's more over to the right, is a bottle of water, like a half empty bottle of water laying on the ground. Now, again, knowing that the parents say that the kids are often in this space, it's very alarming to think that it's very alarming to think about what we see here. We see a screwdriver. We see some type of orange ties.
Jen, welcome.
We see a board, and we see zip ties and a half empty bottle of water. No sign of children, no sign of it being a child's play area. So the more that you see, that you think about this,
Summer's Army,
and the more you look back at that big, huge pen,
I hope you're doing okay, honey.
You really have to wonder.
Prayers, many prayers.
And knowing that the parents are, allegedly drug users, you have to wonder. And they often have parties, people in and out of the house all the time. You have to wonder if the children weren't kept in these spaces. And I know that's a horrible thing to think, and people don't want to think that that's possible, but what other explanation could there possibly be? Let me hear your thoughts down in the comment section below. Again, if you have not seen yesterday's video, I'm going to add it to the end screen right up here. So click on it and make sure you watch that video, because
Summer's Army, I know you have had a rough day. I really know you have. Y'all that don't know, Summer's Army lost her daughter the other day. So please pray for her. Please send her many, many, many prayers today. That's very sad. We all love you here, Summer's Army. Love you so much. Thank you, Jen. Thank you for your support. Love you. Thank you for your support. Thank you, everybody, for your support for this channel. Yeah, we heard them say they don't think Jack and Lily could be alive. That's what the police said, right? And they were no longer signed, but they said there was no signs of any abductions. To me, that being said, and the looks on their face is very, very worrisome to me. It's very worrisome. There's many red flags, but I honestly don't know what to think at this point. It sure don't look good. I can tell you that. It does not look good at all. Daniel went to the CPS, as I was telling y'all earlier, and he asked to see his baby girl. Meadow, that's her name, and that's the one he had with Malia, and CPS told him he cannot have no access to the baby. So again, to me, that's a huge, huge red flag. Thank you, Kelly East. Thank you so much. Happy Mother's Day to all of you. That's a huge red flag to me. However, it makes me want to be fair and go, well, I hope. Oh, Summer's Army, thank you. I appreciate you so much, too. Thank you so much for your support for this channel. I love you, dear. Thank you so, so much. Thank you. We're all sending love and prayers. Thank you. But however, it makes me want to be fair and go, well, I hope at this point the mother, they have took the baby from her and she don't have it either. Yeah, exactly. Wait, what? Not being allowed to see Meadow, it warrants all the red flags to me. It really does. Black Sky said, I'm grieving my Nana today. She became a beautiful angel yesterday. Oh my gosh, Black Skies, I'm so sorry. I didn't know. I'm so sorry. Many prayers to you. Also, many prayers. Yeah, a lot of people are missing their loved ones, their moms, their grandmas, their aunts maybe that raised them. if you have your moms and your grandmas and everything today, make sure you at least give them a call. I want to call mine so bad today, and this is the first year without her that I understand. That's all I can say. I understand. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Thank you, Miss Grace. Oh, Veronica, truly, thank you. I love you. The Sin family, so sorry. Prayers to you, Summers Army. Justin, it's so sad all around. Prayers to everyone. Absolutely, it is. Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you so much, Veronica, truly, for your donation. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Cecilia said, it's my late husband's birthday, Dad in heaven. I'm so sorry. So sorry. Praying for everyone. Prayers for everyone. Second year, Marge said, without my mom, I miss her so much. Nothing like moms. Nothing like moms. Lolo, hey. Yep. Leslie said, sending healing vibes. Thank you. Yep, sending healing vibes to everyone. Oh. Yeah, thank you, Lorraine Law. I know Grace Paris. Grace lost her husband of 50 years right around the time I lost my mom. We didn't know what was going on with each other because we were both offline trying to deal with it. I can't imagine, Miss Grace, what you're dealing with. And I'm about like you. I'm about to hang up all the holidays. I really am. I really am about to hang them all up. I just don't even really care. Honestly, I know I shouldn't be that way, but it is. Yeah, we all wish we could call them. Absolutely. If you got them, make sure you call them. Make sure you call them. Yeah, Summer's Army, please keep strong. I know this is fresh and it's your daughter. I mean, God, I could not imagine. I just could not imagine. Mm-mm. You know, and these parents, they both were there when, in fact, when both of these little children were missing, Jack and Lily. If I was that mother, I'd be pulling my hair out right now. Same thing with Katie. I mean, I just couldn't deal with it. And Sebastian being Katie's only child, I just couldn't. But the stepdad and the mom, of Jack and Lily, they were both laid up in the bed until 10 o'clock in the morning with all the kids. The 16-month-old was laying in between them in the home. So at the very least, in my opinion, they were very neglectful. And you can look at the house and tell they were neglectful. And that's not, I'm not trying to judge, but Jesus Christ, if it has nothing to do with being poor or being rural or anything like that, or how anybody lives in that country or anything. It has to do with being lazy as F, and neglectful. And in my opinion, they were neglectful. And that goes for his mom and brother and anybody else that was on that property. I mean, darn, couldn't they have stepped in? I mean, could they not have helped out? Could they not see what was going on? It wasn't like they were the only two people living on that property. You know, but you yourself and your kids and your family, I mean, you should be able to handle and take care of. And again, like my grandmother always said, there's nothing wrong with being poor. It's just mighty unhandy, right? And yeah, astrology for mystics, lazy, and their priorities was just jacked up, especially for their kids, and they didn't attend to their kids. And it did, Babs. It looks so dangerous. It looks so dangerous. A lot of them comparing it to Candace and Don Wells. Hell, in my opinion, Don Wells and Candace's place look like a great place compared to this place. What the heck? I'm serious. There's nothing wrong with being poor. Again, it's just mighty unhandy. You can take a rag and water and make miracles happen, period. But add you a little bit of soap and you're rich as hell. You're sitting on a gold mine there, you know? And if one child was so sick, that's another thing. But both children to miss school. Hey, the Sin family. I was playing your stuff a while ago. I hope it's okay. But if they both miss school, why? That's neglect. That's laziness. It's laziness because you don't want to get up off of your butt and get the other one ready for school to go. It makes no sense, you know? And so it also brings a red flag to make me think they were probably missing way before they were reported. And that's just me. Wilma says, I was raised poor. Hold on a minute. And I carried water around outside toilet, but house and yard always clean. And so were we. Right. I mean, there's a lot you can do. You don't just let it go. I mean, you just don't. Look, what do you think they did in the old days? In the old days, before we had any of this stuff. Hell, I don't even think in the old days they probably didn't even know what a comet was. They probably didn't even know what Mr. Bubbles was or any of that fancy stuff you get at the store. I mean, come on now. We got it good. We got it good. You know, get you a little Dawn soap. They probably didn't even know what that was. They made their own soap back then. You know? Yeah, we have it too easy now, to be honest with you. We have it way too easy now. You know, it's unreal. Vinegar and water, absolutely. I remember even when I was a kid, my aunt used to clean her windows on the outside. Well, inside too, I guess. I just remember the outsides with newspaper, vinegar, and vinegar. I don't know if she put water in it or not. She might have. I don't know. But that's what I remember. Yeah, being clean is easy. Being nasty is hard to get that funk away and all that. It's gross. It's mind-blowing, actually. I don't get it. So Wilma said, lye soap to what we washed heat and water with. And I've literally been out of shampoo and I didn't scream and cry about it. And I've literally washed my hair with soap. At least it was clean. You know what I'm saying? Or I've literally been out and couldn't rush to the store and literally wash it with dishwashing liquid. I mean, you make do, you use common sense, you do what you got. You know, you do you use what you have. Shit. Now, that's just a fact. We didn't hear about all these allergies that we hear now. Exactly. I don't know. I can't see two kids. I just can't see these two kids. I mean, it's possible that they fell down a hole or something. I can't see it. Again, I heard that caller on the lab. They're adamant that party happened. You heard it in the videos here that I played today. I think something more nefarious is going on. Who's guilty? Are they all guilty? Are they both guilty? Is one guilty? Well, all I can tell you is Ellie said there's no signs of abduction. None. And they knew that early on. They knew it early on. But who? I don't know. I'm kind of, again, looking at the brother, though. You know, maybe all three of them. Maybe that's what the mom, who she's protecting, one of her boys. And if it's not Daniel, maybe he's protecting the brother. I don't know. Yeah, and Ellie won't issue an Amber Alert unless it's a possible abduction. And, you know, and the mom saying, well, I wish they would issue one. It's just, yeah, it's just crazy. I don't know. There's another thing Daniel said. He went out searching again, and this makes me think he come back wet before he realized that Malia had called the police. Well, or did he realize she did? Maybe that was just a good cover-up to think, hey, I'm wet, and a good reason to say I'm wet. I've been out searching. I got wet. I don't know. Exactly, Rainey. Exactly. That's what I want to know, Trooper's mom. I want to know exactly, because my understanding is, what all I've read on or not, and somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, that the police had been called out a lot, and so has CPS. And that's when I first broke this the other day and didn't even know what I was talking about. I had a lot of people from Canada in here. I didn't even know so many people from Canada watch me. And they were like, yes, they were helping me along with it. And they were like, CPS has been out there a lot. So I would love to know. I would love to know how many times, I wonder, they have been out. But the RCMP has spent hours in the dense forest, drones, canines. Then midweek, they said they were scaling back. The sergeant said that the likelihood that these kids were alive was very low, but the case is being treated as suspicious. That's what they said. Until they said it was being treated as suspicious until the investigation says otherwise. Daniel, the stepfather, told everyone the police in a world, and the world in a presser, that him and Malia and their baby was in bed. Again, that don't make no sense. How did they know what clothes they had on? Or how did they know that the little boy didn't have nothing on but his boots? That don't make no sense to me. He told CBC he's been fully cooperating, giving them access to everything he owns. Who else says that? Just wondering. You know, and again, you got the mother who left. Again, if there was a fight or somebody told her to or whatever, I'm not leaving. And with Daniel, if it was the mother that told her to leave, the baby's grandmother with them too, if I was Daniel, look, Daniel could have left with her. If he had nothing to fear and he's so hard ass on finding these kids that are not even his, that he's only known 2 to 3 years, he should have left with her. Hell, maybe no wonder she's said she's single in her Facebook and took it down and blocked him. I just might be pissed too. That was their home. That was the kids' home. And if the mother told them to leave, if they're fighting like Hatfields and McCoys, why? We don't really know what the fight was about. Some say it was because her people accused him of doing something. But they have a 16-month-old baby together. I wouldn't leave. I would stay there. And Daniel should have told his mother to sit all the way down, period. Or he should have left with her, in my opinion. Something's very fishy. Jen says, I think that woman leaving and blocking him on everything shows guilt with her. Yes. Ain't no way I'm leaving my kid. That's what I'm saying, girl. I would have got me a tent and slept out there if I would have had to. And again, you wouldn't have had to tell my mama. My mama would have come got that baby that was 16 months old and let me do what I had to do. I would have been out there on the edge of the road in a tent if I had to, and dared somebody to tell me to leave. None of this makes no sense. But she took the baby and she left. Now she blocked him. She took her Facebook down. And she looks more guilty because she brought her Facebook back up yesterday only to write single on it, not to write anything about her kids. But Daniel says he gave the police every detail, everything such as his bank account, all Google Maps off of his phone, and offered to take the polygraph. Police would not have confirmed that or confirm if it was taking place, but that's what he said. That's what he said. Daniel said he just wanted to clear his name for everyone. But again, my question is, why does he need to care what everyone thinks? And who does he mean he needs to, who's everyone? Well, thank you, Amos Elizabeth. Thank you. It could be. It could be. Absolutely. It could be. But after all, he did say on further down at the bottom, he said, I just want to clear it up for everyone, not just people on the internet, online, making crazy accusations and everything else. He said they are flying someone in to do the polygraph. Well, again, why does he care what everybody on the internet is saying? He's out there looking so hard, right? So again, look here. Why is he so worried? The hell with online. He has much more problems, in my opinion, to be worried about. His plate's full. It's overflowing. Cindy Murray, the grandmother, that is her mother. She told the press, we're hoping and praying for the best. It's for the best. If it's for the best for our kids to come home. What? That's a weird statement to me. And the sergeant said they are continuing to go back over the searched areas that they searched before with smaller crews and focus on specific areas. Look, I think they pretty much got an idea what's happening and what's going on here. All I know is we need to pray. We need to pray them kids are found soon. I don't want this to be unsolved. We got 2 little kids out there, 6 and 4, brother and sister. You know, we need Canada to show us what they're all about. Enough is enough with all these kids missing. Enough is enough. Yes, and a laugh a day. They have been neglected by their parents. There's no doubt about that. Enough is enough. These kids need to stop missing. They need to stop vanishing. It just needs to stop, in my opinion. Hey, Ann Reynolds. Hello, hello, hello. Let's see. Babs, have they? Because I don't know if they have or not. I haven't seen them comment on anything. Honestly. But later tonight, speaking of that, I will do a one on Sebastian. I'm trying to get all caught up. Like I said, I've kind of been down in the dumps a couple of days, to be honest with you, because today is Mother's Day and I am missing my mom, but I will do something on Sebastian, and then I'm going to do a little Mother's Day thing. I know it's late in the evening already, but I'll get to it. But I do thank you all for your support. I thank you for being here. It's just one of those rainy, gloomy days out there. I thank you all so much. And keep prayers for everybody. Keep prayers for our mod, Millie. You know, her brother passed, but she had some other bad news. I don't want to talk about that right now. So anyway, just pray for everybody and, you know, just be kind, okay? We never know what people's going through out there. Big hugs. Happy Mother's Day. Have a great day. And I will talk to y'all later. Thank you so much. Y'all have a great evening. Bye.